The yearning for unity has long coursed through the veins of Africa. It is a yearning born of shared history, culture, and the wounds of colonialism. The seeds of Pan-Africanism, the movement advocating for the unity and solidarity of Africans worldwide, were sown in the diaspora. Intellectuals and activists like Webb Du Bois and Marcus Garvey envisioned a united and empowered Africa, free from the shackles of colonial rule. These early voices laid the foundation for a formalized pursuit of African unity. In 1963, on the heels of newfound independence for many African nations, the Organization of African Unity, OAU, was born. This landmark event, hosted in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, brought together 32 independent African states. They signed the OAU Charter, a testament to their collective desire for a united and prosperous Africa. The OAU represented a beacon of hope, a symbol of African nations coming together to chart their own destiny. It played a crucial role in the liberation struggles across the continent. The organization provided material and moral support to movements fighting against colonialism and apartheid. The OAU's unwavering stance against apartheid in particular contributed significantly to its eventual dismantling. However, the OAU also faced its share of criticisms. Critics argued that it was slow to react to internal conflicts and human rights abuses within member states. The principle of non-interference in the internal affairs of member states, while intended to safeguard sovereignty, sometimes hindered the organization's ability to address pressing issues. As the 20th century drew to a close, a sense of reflection swept across the African continent. The OAU, while instrumental in its time, was seen as needing revitalization to address the evolving challenges of a globalized world. The dawn of the new millennium brought with it a renewed commitment to African unity and development. African leaders recognized the need for a more proactive and interventionist organization. They envisioned a body that went beyond simply promoting cooperation to actively tackling issues such as poverty, conflict, and underdevelopment. In 2002, the African Union, AU, was formally launched, replacing the OAU. This marked a significant shift. The AU was not simply a rebranding exercise, it represented a paradigm shift in how African countries approached continental cooperation. The Constitutive Act of the African Union, adopted in 2000, laid out a bold vision for a united and prosperous Africa. The AU's mandate extended beyond the liberation struggles that had defined the OAU's early years. It encompassed a broader spectrum of goals. These included promoting economic integration, good governance, democracy, human rights, and sustainable development. The organization also embraced a responsibility to prevent and resolve conflicts on the continent, recognizing that lasting peace was a prerequisite for progress. The transition from the OAU to the AU signaled a new era for Africa. It reflected a growing realization that Africa's challenges were interconnected and required collective action. The AU embodied the aspiration for a more integrated, peaceful, and prosperous continent. At the heart of the African Union lies a set of core objectives, guiding principles that shape its actions and aspirations. These objectives represent a collective vision for a transformed Africa, one where peace, unity, and prosperity prevail. First and foremost is the unwavering commitment to achieving greater unity and solidarity among African countries and their peoples. The AU recognizes that a united Africa, one that leverages its collective strength and resources, is better positioned to address its challenges and engage effectively on the global stage. The AU also champions the defense of the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and independence of its member states. This principle underscores the organization's respect for the autonomy of its members while fostering a spirit of cooperation and mutual support. Accelerating the political and socio-economic integration of the continent is another cornerstone of the AU's agenda. This involves promoting intra-African trade, removing barriers to movement of people and goods, and harmonizing policies across various sectors. The AU is deeply committed to promoting peace, security, and stability on the continent. Recognizing that conflict is antithetical to development, the AU engages in conflict prevention, management, and resolution efforts. It also works towards establishing a robust African peace and security architecture, safeguarding human rights, consolidating democratic institutions and culture, and ensuring good governance are central to the AU's vision. The organization promotes respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms, advocates for democratic principles, and encourages good governance practices across its member states. The African Union, like any complex organization, relies on a network of institutions to carry out its mandate and achieve its objectives. These institutions, each with its specific functions and responsibilities, work in concert to drive the AU's agenda forward. At the apex of the AU's structure lies the Assembly of Heads of State and Government. Comprised of the heads of state or government of all AU member states, the Assembly serves as the supreme organ of the Union. It sets the overall strategic direction, determines the AU's common policies, and makes key decisions on matters of continental importance. The Executive Council, composed of ministers of foreign affairs from member states, meets more regularly than the Assembly. It is responsible for implementing the decisions and policies adopted by the Assembly. This body plays a crucial role in ensuring the AU's work program is carried out effectively. The African Union Commission, AUC, serves as the Union's secretariat and administrative arm. Headquartered in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, the AUC is responsible for the day-to-day running of the AU. It provides technical expertise, implements AU programs, and coordinates the activities of various AU organs. The Peace and Security Council, PSC, is a standing decision-making body responsible for the maintenance of peace and security in Africa. Modeled after the UN Security Council, the PSC has the authority to authorize peacekeeping missions, impose sanctions, and take other measures to address conflict situations. The Pan-African Parliament, PAP, with its seat in Midrand, South Africa, serves as the legislative body of the AU. It consists of representatives elected by the national parliaments of AU member states. The PAP's role is to provide oversight, make recommendations on legislative matters, and promote the principles of democracy and good governance. Section 5. Silencing the guns, the AU's peacekeeping endeavors. The African Union recognizes that peace and security are indispensable prerequisites for development. Conflict not only claims lives and destroys livelihoods but also undermines economic progress and societal well-being. To this end, the AU has taken on a proactive role in promoting peace and stability across the continent. One of the AU's flagship initiatives in this regard is the African Peace and Security Architecture, or APSA. This comprehensive framework, adopted in 2002, provides a roadmap for addressing conflict and instability in Africa. It encompasses a range of mechanisms for conflict prevention, management, and resolution, as well as post-conflict reconstruction and development. The AU has deployed several peacekeeping missions across the continent, demonstrating its commitment to silencing the guns. These missions, often conducted in partnership with the United Nations or regional organizations, involve deploying civilian, police, and military personnel to conflict zones. Their mandates typically include monitoring ceasefires, protecting civilians, facilitating humanitarian assistance, and supporting the disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration of former combatants. The AU mission in Somalia, known as AMISOM, for instance, played a crucial role in pushing back against the extremist group Al-Shabaab. AMISOM's efforts helped create a more secure environment, paving the way for political progress and humanitarian assistance. Similarly, the AU mission in the Central African Republic, or MISCA, was instrumental in stabilizing the country following a period of intense violence and instability. While the AU has made significant strides in the area of peace and security, challenges remain. Funding for AU-led peacekeeping operations is often insufficient, and the capacity of member states to contribute troops and resources varies widely. Moreover, the complex nature of contemporary conflicts, often involving transnational criminal networks and extremist groups, requires innovative approaches and enhanced cooperation. Section 6. Weaving a continent economic integration under the AU. The African Union recognizes that economic integration is not merely a desirable goal, but an imperative for achieving sustainable development and prosperity. A fragmented Africa divided by artificial borders and hampered by trade barriers cannot fully unleash its economic potential. The AU has spearheaded several initiatives aimed at fostering economic integration and creating a single continental market. The African Continental Free Trade Area, which came into effect in 2021, represents a landmark achievement in this regard. AFCFTA aims to create a single market for goods and services, with free movement of people and investments across the continent. By gradually eliminating tariffs and non-tariff barriers to trade, AFCFTA has the potential to unlock significant economic benefits for Africa. It is projected to boost intra-African trade, attract foreign direct investment, and create jobs, particularly for young people. The agreement also aims to promote industrialization, enhance competitiveness, and foster economic diversification. Beyond AFCFTA, the AU is pursuing other initiatives to deepen economic integration. These include the Protocol on Free Movement of Persons, Right of Residence, and Right of Establishment, which aims to facilitate the movement of people across borders. The AU is also working towards establishing a single African air transport market, which would improve connectivity and reduce the cost of air travel within the continent. The AU's commitment to economic integration extends beyond trade and free movement of people. It encompasses efforts to harmonize policies, develop regional infrastructure, and promote investment in key sectors, such as agriculture, energy, and technology. Section 7. Champions of Dignity, Safeguarding Human Rights in Africa. The African Union recognizes that respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms is not only a moral imperative, but also a cornerstone of sustainable development and lasting peace. It acknowledges that true progress cannot be achieved without upholding the dignity of every individual and ensuring their basic rights. The African Charter on Human and People's Rights, adopted in 1981, stands as a testament to Africa's commitment to safeguarding human rights. This landmark treaty enshrines a broad range of civil, political, economic, social, and cultural rights. It also establishes the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, a quasi-judicial body responsible for promoting and protecting human rights across the continent. The AU has taken concrete steps to address specific human rights concerns. The Protocol to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights on the Rights of Women in Africa, also known as the Maputo Protocol, is widely regarded as one of the most progressive legal instruments on women's rights globally. It addresses a wide range of issues, including violence against women, political participation, and economic empowerment. The AU has also been vocal in condemning human rights violations and abuses occurring within its member states. It has imposed sanctions on regimes accused of gross human rights abuses and deployed human rights observers to monitor elections and investigate allegations of human rights violations. Moreover, the AU has established mechanisms to address impunity and promote accountability for human rights abuses, including the African Court on Human and People's Rights. While the AU has made commendable progress in promoting and protecting human rights, challenges persist. Implementation of human rights instruments remains uneven across the continent, and human rights defenders often face intimidation and harassment. The AU's commitment to human rights will continue to be tested as it navigates complex political landscapes and addresses emerging human rights concerns. Section 8. The Long Road Ahead, Challenges and Opportunities for the AU. The African Union, since its inception, has made significant strides towards realizing its vision of a united, peaceful, and prosperous Africa. However, the journey towards achieving these aspirations is far from over. The AU faces a myriad of challenges, both internal and external, that require innovative solutions and unwavering commitment. One of the most pressing challenges confronting the AU is the persistence of conflict and instability in some parts of the continent. From the Sahel to the Horn of Africa, armed conflicts, terrorism, and transnational organized crime continue to threaten peace and security, displace populations, and undermine development efforts. Addressing the root causes of these conflicts, such as poverty, inequality, and weak governance, is crucial for achieving lasting peace. The AU also grapples with the challenge of ensuring good governance and democratic consolidation across its member states. While democracy has made notable progress in Africa, some countries continue to experience setbacks. Unconstitutional changes of government, shrinking civic space, and human rights violations remain concerns in some parts of the continent. Furthermore, the AU operates in a rapidly evolving global landscape characterized by geopolitical shifts, economic uncertainties, and emerging threats such as climate change and pandemics. Navigating this complex terrain and ensuring that Africa's voice is heard on the global stage requires strategic engagement and a united front. Despite these challenges, the AU has a unique opportunity to leverage its collective strength, harness the continent's vast potential, and shape a brighter future for Africa. The continent's youthful population, if empowered with education, skills, and opportunities, can become a driving force for innovation and economic transformation. The AU's commitment to regional integration, if fully realized, can create a single continental market, boost intra-African trade, and attract foreign investment. Moreover, Africa's abundant natural resources, if managed sustainably and equitably, can contribute to economic growth and shared prosperity. Section 9, A Brighter Horizon, the AU's Vision for Africa's Future. The African Union stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of Pan-Africanism, the unwavering belief in a united, peaceful, and prosperous Africa. As the continent navigates the complexities of the 21st century, the AU's role in shaping Africa's destiny becomes ever more critical. The AU's vision for Africa's future is encapsulated in Agenda 2063, a strategic framework that outlines the continent's aspirations for the next 50 years. Agenda 2063 envisions an integrated, prosperous, and peaceful Africa, driven by its own citizens and representing a dynamic force in the global arena. Central to this vision is the imperative of silencing the guns, ending all wars, civil conflicts, gender-based violence, and preventable deaths on the continent. The AU aspires to create an environment where every African can live in peace and security, free from fear and want. Furthermore, Agenda 2063 emphasizes the importance of good governance, democracy, respect for human rights, and the rule of law as essential pillars for sustainable development. It calls for a continent where citizens are empowered, their voices heard, and their rights respected. The AU also aspires to build an integrated and interconnected continent, one where physical and economic barriers are removed and the free movement of people, goods, and services is a reality. This entails investing in infrastructure, promoting industrialization, and fostering a vibrant private sector that creates jobs and opportunities for all. The journey towards achieving Agenda 2063 will require unwavering commitment, collective action, and a shared sense of purpose. The AU, working in partnership with its member states, regional economic communities, civil society organizations, and development partners, has a crucial role to play in mobilizing resources, coordinating efforts, and fostering a conducive environment for Africa's transformation. The road ahead may be long and arduous, but the African Union, guided by its founding principles and inspired by the aspirations of its people, remains steadfast in its pursuit of a brighter future for Africa. A future where peace, unity, and prosperity prevail, and where Africa takes its rightful place as an equal partner in the global community.